What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be ranking the top 10 wide receivers of 2023 going into 2024. So, first things first, I'm sorry if I haven't posted regularly. I've been busy over the weekend, and also, I don't think many of you know, but I'm a Colts fan. So I've been trying to get over that loss the Colts had against the Texans. Because I'm kind of sad about the whole drop pass. But at the end of the day, at the beginning of the season, we were predicted to be a bottom 5 team in the NFL, and look where we are now. We almost made the playoffs, one game away of making the playoffs, and we were very good throughout the season. So if Anthony Richardson didn't get hurt, I think we would have made the playoffs, and let's see next season how we could do with Anthony Richardson. Okay, back into the video. Washington was a little tough because there wasn't really any standout things. Obviously, receiving yards is probably the most important. And then for receptions, obviously that matters. But for example, CeeDee Lamb has more receptions than, for example, Tyreek Hill. Does that mean CeeDee Lamb's a better wide receiver than Tyreek Hill? You don't know, right? But after those receptions, Tyreek Hill has more yards than CeeDee Lamb does. So, and you could see the average, the touchdowns. Touchdowns just mean how much a receiver gets targeted at. And for example, many good wide receivers like Michael Pittman Jr., George Pickens, Chris Olave, they only have 5 touchdowns because maybe they have good QBs. For example, running backs that maybe steal a touchdown from them. Okay, so let's start off with number 10. For number 10, I have Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen this season had 1,243 yards and 11.5 average yards with 7 touchdowns. And also, this is kind of important for versatility. He had 396 yards after the catch, which is very good. Okay. And he has 108 receptions. Receptions are also very, very important too because it shows how capable a receiver is getting open. Because obviously if a receiver's open, a QB will pass to them. So receptions determine how much a QB will pass to him. Okay, so that's why I have to Keenan Allen number 10 also because he's consistent. I know he came back last year, which was a down year for him, but before those years, he's been very consistent over the years. So that's why I have him in a 10. Number 9, Mike Evans. Mike Evans is always the type of guy that you can rely on to put over 1,000 yards, receiving yards every single season, and he's just a guy. He has 15.9 average yards, 1,255 yards, receiving yards, and 322 yards after catch. And he's also a big red zone threat with 13 touchdowns. With the 13 touchdowns, which is really good and only 79 receptions. Only 79 receptions, but with those 79 receptions, he had 15.9 average, which is one of the best in the league. Okay, for number 8, I have Stephon Diggs. So the reason I have Stephon Diggs kind of low, I know he's one of a very good receivers because in the beginning of the season he was very good. In the beginning of the season he was top 5, but after halfway through the season you kind of never really heard of him. He dipped down and lowered his game. Mainly these stats were from his first season, but after the first half of the season, he kind of dipped down. Even if you see, if I go to my fantasy football. Hold on, let me pull it up for one sec. With fantasy football, it's a good accurate how much the players involved in the game with a touchdown, receptions. So in the first three games, he had 26, 13, 19, 36, 24, 20, 17, 16, 22. And in week 10, he had 6, 6, 19, 6, 8, 7, 7. So that's how much he dipped down after midway through the season. Okay, so that's how I have him at number 8. Number 7, I have Ja'Marr Chase. Obviously, he had one big game with lots of touchdowns, but Ja'Marr Chase, again, he was consistent the last few years. He's a very good wide receiver. I don't really have much to say about him. He's just very good. Like, all these receivers are good. And he has 541 yards after catch, which proves his versatility. So that's why I'm there. Number 6, Davante Adams. I know, like, this is kind of low, but, like, Davante Adams, like, 2 years ago, was one of the best wide receivers in the league. Was one of the best wide receivers in the league. And right, but he kind of dipped down with his production. I know he still had 1,144 yards, but look who has ahead of him: Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, and I wouldn't really call those guys. I mean, even though they have more yards, I wouldn't really call those guys better. But like, he's been like getting, he has like 103 receptions, so I don't know if he's not been getting open, or like if his route running skills had digressed, and he only has 11.1 average yards. So that's why I think Davante Adams is at number 6. Number 5 is Amon-Ra St. Brown. These past 2 years, Amon-Ra St. Brown has been very good, getting 1,500 plus yards a season with only 119 receptions, 12.7 average, and 668 yards after catch, which is, I think, the best in the league, if I were to check. No, just barely, but he has one of the highest yards after catch in the league, and obviously, yeah, he's been very good throughout the season, and yeah. Okay, so number 4, I have CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb always second, but the reason I have him at 4, even though he probably has the best numbers in the league, is because how much he was starting. He was starting 135 times, which is like 15 more than Tyreek Hill has, and though he still has 15 yards less than Tyreek Hill has. So, alright, anyway, he still has like, I don't know, like 45 less yards than Tyreek Hill has, 13.0 average. But what's really put him up here in this top echelon of wide receivers is his 680 yards after catch. That's not, I know, like, many people get, with more receptions, it's easier, but like, after the catch, people are trying to tackle you, so it proves how much he's versatile to get all those yards after the catch. Okay, number 3, I have AJ Brown. AJ Brown, same thing with last year, has been very good. But same thing with Amon-Ra. But the thing is, AJ Brown had better last season than Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he's been more consistent past years, even with the Tennessee Titans. So that's why I put him over Amon-Ra St. Brown, above CeeDee Lamb. AJ Brown has just been like the guy. He's been very good over this year. And also, I know you're not seeing Cooper Kupp on this list. The reason I don't have Cooper Kupp is his injuries. If you can play next season without injuries and get like above 1,200 yards, then he would be in the top 10. But I don't have it right now because of injuries. But back to AJ Brown, he has only 106 receiving yards and 13.7 average. He didn't have that much yards after catch, which is why he's not that high, like above the guy who's number 2. But obviously, he's been very good, and yeah. Okay. So, number 2, I have Justin Jefferson. Obviously, Justin Jefferson will probably be number 1 and probably be leading the league in receiving yards. But obviously, he was injured and he missed like 6 to 7 games. 6 to 7 games. But in the 6 to 7 games, he has an average of also, I completely forgot this. Another really good thing is how much a receiver has yards per game. Like, for example, Tyreek Hill 112, CeeDee Lamb 102.9, and Justin Jefferson, the game, even though he's played 10 games, he still has above 1,000 yards, and he has 107.4 yards per game, which is very good, and top 3 in the league. So that's why I have him number 2, despite his injury. I think that was a little bit unlucky for him. Maybe next season will be tough to catch up to number 1, but I think he can do it. And obviously, number 1, Tyreek Hill. He has like 15 less receptions, but like 45 more yards than CeeDee Lamb, which proves how good he is. And everyone knows his speed, like what he can do after he catches the ball. So that's why he has 652, and he also has the most yards per game. So this shows how reliable he is to that offense every single game. And in my opinion, I think Tua wouldn't be the same quarterback if he didn't have Tyreek Hill. I think Tua will be significantly worse than he is. Obviously, he has 15.1 average, which is one of the best in the league, and he has 13 touchdowns, which is also one of the best in the league. So that's why I have him number 1. I'd love to see what you guys think about who's number 1. Okay, so that's my list. Make sure to like and subscribe and watch and share this to your friends. Okay, bye.